This week, we've got some really cool updates to the social planner, the form builder, and a couple sneak peeks at features that nobody else is talking about yet. You guys aren't going to want to miss this week's weekly breakdown coming right up. Hey, what's up, guys? I've got some cool updates for you this week. The first one that we're going to start out with is the ability to add shadows to either text or columns or any sort of box, any sort of module in here, an element, a column, I think that's it, elements and columns. Maybe the row, the entire row. Yes. So all of these elements now entire section. So all the way up to the section, you can add what's called a box shadow. Now, I don't necessarily know the use case up here. I'm not a designer, right? So this would be more handy for those of you that have had issues getting websites to look the way that you want them to. But an example of this, right? I just went over and hit this, right? And I added a box shadow. Now you can kind of see how that differs from that over there. I can make this wider if I want to, right? I can spread it. I can do inner shadow versus outer shadow. So again, unless you're like heavy into designing websites, you probably won't notice this, but it's good for those of you guys that are getting websites built even by outside developers. Typically a designer is gonna like some of these elements and include some of these elements, and the fact that we weren't able to do that obviously can create some issues with the design. So that being said, the other thing that we have available to us in here is we have text, the ability to add text shadow. Okay, so if we come in here, all right, I'm looking right here. I don't know that I saw that. Oh, color, that's because the color is white. So let's go ahead and change this. Change the color to black. Boom, right? Or, whatever that is. So anyways, pretty cool. If you're doing more advanced designs and stuff in here, then this is something that you'll run into at some point. If not, well, here it is anyways. All right, next up, we have an update to the form builder that allows us to create a true inline form for whatever, before they would call this an inline form, and it basically was just two columns that it allowed you, right? And so when you wanted to create this kind of experience, you were limited to creating a 2-column option and only putting one field up here. And you can actually see where we had to make this compromise down here, right? So if you subscribe right here, we don't have the name field right there. Why? Because we couldn't. If we did that, it would have screwed up the way that this looks. Like we wouldn't have been able to execute this inline option like this. And so now we have this ability. Oh, in fact, yeah, you can even see the button below, which is not how it was on our original design. Another compromise that we had to make. So now we have this ability to go, no, I want a single line form. And then with this button, I can change the field width of it. I could say, I only want this to be 20%, right? And make that look a little bit nicer. So cool update here. Single line forms. A lot of websites these days are using these. So we're excited about this. All right, next up, we have kind of a cool update, but also an update that falls short a little bit of what my expectations would be, or what our expectations, multiple people's expectations would be. If we come in here, we have the ability to now perform math operations on custom values that live inside the account. Now, this is really cool. An example of how you would use this would be like if you want to keep track of the number of applications that you've completed this month, right? So you're basically going to have a math field called applications this month that resets every month at the end of the month. And every application that you get, it'll add 1 to that counter. And so you can put this on your dashboard, really cool functionality. Now, the problem with this is although we can add to the custom value, we can't update the custom value within the same action. And so there is a workaround for this. I'll show you guys the workaround for this if you really like this idea. But I went straight to the ideas board into the Facebook group saying, hey, this is falling short. We need that extra step. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If I come in here and I pick math operation, right? So that's where I'm at. So I picked this all pertains to the math operation right here. Okay. If you don't know what a custom value is, well, then this particular update probably isn't for you, but custom values are, your ability to define custom data at the account level. Custom fields live at the contact level. Custom values allow you to set up custom data at the whole account level. So, your company NMLS number, your company address, things that you might change down the road. These are like variables that are stored at the account level. So I can now come in here and I can say, boom, loans funded this month. And I can say add 1 to this. So when would I do this? I would put this in my workflow, whatever my like loan funded workflow is, I would just add this as a step in there, right? But what I want to do is now update this field, right? I added, if I had 0, I added 1 to it. So now I have this floating 1 and I want to update that custom value to have that 1. Well, I can't do that because this piece of it doesn't allow me to. So right here, right where it says update field, it's only giving me the option to update a custom field or standard field, no custom values in here. So the workaround would be to create a custom field that only exists for this reason. So whatever you call it, whatever you want to call it. So you can come in here and we'll call it reignite attempts for this, but pretend this says loans funded this month, and it just lives at the contact level, and it's never valuable at the contact level. It is only used for this. A pain in the ass. I don't like it. I think HighLevel should fix it. I'm sure they will soon. But if we do that, then we can come in here and we can say update custom value. Now we have this step and we can say, all right, we're going to update, what was it? Funded, loans funded this month. Whatever the current value, it'll pull what the current value is. So, right, we know it's 0 at this point. So new value, and we're going contact. And then we're doing, this one was called reignite attempts, but we would pick our, whatever that was. Okay. Boom. Now we have the workaround that allows this to function the way that it should. But again, keep your eyes out. I'm sure this will get updated soon. Either way, here's an idea for how you can put applications, fundings, pre-approvals, whatever it is, leads. Leads are pretty easy to count, but anyways, check that out. Let me know if you guys have any questions. All right, next up, we have an update. I haven't talked about the AI bot in at least a few weeks. And so for those of you guys that don't know, you guys have built-in chatbot functionality inside of your HighLevel accounts. You have the ability with this. We don't do a ton with this right now. I am somebody that's kind of, when it comes to AI, when it comes to chatbots, I'm kind of a laggard. I'm somebody that believes in at least intelligent human intervention. I don't necessarily I like automation, but I only like it when it's done really well. Same thing with chatbots. I've seen some cool ones, but it's really, really hard to get down. But that being said, there are plenty of people that use this, and plenty of people that this would work fine for, whether you're putting it on your website or you're using it to field, internet leads or whatever it is. There are plenty of people that would be fine with this. So that said, just so you know, right, you have this bot training area. So we use this just for demo purposes. We added the Go HighLevel Help Center here. It was 1,000 links. It's been trained on all of those. I come over to the bot trial. I say, hello, my name is John, and I would like help setting up my email in HighLevel. First off, I think that this should have responded with something positive, considering it's trained on 1,000 pages of HighLevel's help center. But I digress, right? It says, I'm sorry, I don't have enough information to help you with your question. So what can you help me with? I can assist with marketing queries, information about our services, and general guidance. I bet you I don't have my intent set up, correct my prompts. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, I'll demo this again another time. But that being said, this is the update. Check this out. I came in here, gave it my name, and it contextually pulled my name out and started using it properly. And so this will actually pull that information, and it will populate a contact. If you get somebody, an unknown number that texts in or calls in, and you do the missed call text back. Let's say you have an unknown number, calls you, you have missed call text back enabled. So a text goes out, says, hey, I'm sorry, I'm tied up at the moment. What can I help you with? That text comes in, it's a positive response, conversation AI jumps in, and I said my name in the first text and it pulled it out contextually, but the chatbot will actually ask for the name and populate that name inside the contact. Really cool update for conversation AI, making it more valuable for just inbound marketing in general, fielding inbound queries in general. All right, next up, a really cool update to the social planner. You now have the ability to tag profiles in the social planner, depending on what platform you're using. I believe it's Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn are supported right now, or Facebook, LinkedIn, and X are supported right now, and Instagram And TikTok might not be. Let's see what TikTok. What happens if we start the @ sign? Yeah, I don't think TikTok works. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be Facebook right now, and then LinkedIn. So Facebook. Now you're only able to it looks like business pages. So you're not going to be able to tag like personal friends, personal relationships, clients. You're not going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to tag pages. So if I come in and I type in, Michael McAllister, I do have a business page, right? And so it will pop up there, but I can tag right now. It's going to tag me in that post. Really cool way to boost engagement. Really cool way to get people that you're tagging to share your shit. Definitely recommend using this. Again, you have it on Facebook. You also have it in LinkedIn. LinkedIn, same thing. I'm not able to pull up a personal profile, but I am able to pull up business profiles. So not only can I check in physically at businesses with certain social media platforms, but now I have the ability to tag as well, just with that @ sign and a search. So really cool functionality in the social planner. Check that out. All right, next up, we have the ability to push forms, documents, and contracts. We have the ability to push documents and contracts through Snapshots. So if you didn't know, you have this documents and contract section inside of your account. This documents and contract section is essentially a DocuSign replacement, right? So if I come in here, I can pick any PDF I want to. So maybe it's an LOE, maybe LOE, LOX, maybe it's an actual form, right? A FHA amendatory clause, like whatever it is, right? A W-9 right here, right? For us. So we come in here and we upload it, and then what it'll do is it'll pull us in and give us the ability to create fields, create signature fields, create like fields that people actually have to fill out. Everything that you would be able to do inside of like a DocuSign, you could do that in here. Now, again, this has been in here inside the account for a few months, inside of your guys' account for a few months at least, if not closer to 6 months to a year. But I wanted to show this to you, but also now the new functionality is that you can push these through Snapshots. So for those of you guys that are thinking about using HighLevel as your company-wide CRM or your company-wide marketing platform for loan officers, A, I highly endorse and support that idea, and we can help you with that. But B, you now have the ability to put in like some of your boilerplate template, like type of docs that you need to get, the LOs need to get signed early in the process, right? Credit authorization, privacy policy, like that kind of stuff. Put that stuff in here, push it automatically so that they live inside of everybody's account. Anytime you need to change that document, you can now go in and you can alter that document, push it through your Snapshots, guys. Really powerful functionality here, especially for those of you guys that are looking to take your HighLevel adoption up a notch, or again, adopt it for an entire company. All right, guys, lastly, this week, HighLevel and Sean Clark announced some sneak peek announcements inside the Facebook group. If you are interested in checking that stuff out, head over to the HighLevel official community. You can get in as a HighLevel user. This is where all of the announcements come through, right? This is where all of the updates come through, and we're filtering those, usually only sharing about 40 to 50% of them. But this one might be worth checking out. Sneak peek on 2 upcoming items that you want to pay attention to. Number 1, sneak peek on custom objects. What is custom objects? Custom objects allows us to have more types of objects inside the HighLevel account. So rather than just having contacts, for example, and opportunities, now you can have loans or realtors as a separate object and be able to manage relationships between them. Guys, this is something that a lot of power users of HighLevel have been praying for years. This is really cool. I'm scared, to be honest with you. This is a huge update. This is something that I never thought that they were going to undertake. And so I'm a little bit nervous about what this is going to look like and the shit show it's going to be in the beginning. But my faith and trust is in HighLevel and their ability to navigate that stuff. I bet it's going to be sick. There'll be some kinks to work through, just like anything, but we're really excited about that. Speaking of kind of scary updates that we might not be ready for, or you might be ready for, depending on who you are, the next sneak peek that was announced was a sneak peek, and I'm looking down at I keep looking down over here. I have the spreadsheet pulled up. The inbound voice AI. Okay, so what is this? This is essentially being able to have, rather than having an IVR or an inbound voice routing system where it's like press 1 for sales, blah, blah, blah. You literally could have an AI assistant fielding inbound calls, potentially booking appointments for you, you know, whatever. You're going to be able to configure intents just like you can with a chatbot. This is wild. Again, you probably won't see me touching that stuff for a while, just because even chatbots, like, there's still a lot to be desired, but you know, just a sneak peek at what's to come. So anyways, guys, that is it. That is this week's weekly breakdown. We had a lot of really cool updates. It is exhausting, honestly. It's crazy. Like, HighLevel just keeps surprising me. It used to be that once every couple months we had an update as long as this. Now it seems like every update is freaking 10 to 15 minutes. So really cool stuff. Let us know if you have any questions. Make sure you join the Facebook group, HighLevel for Mortgage Pros. Thank you so much for watching. Until next week, we'll see you at the top.